Hi guys, so in today's video I thought I would do a kind of roundup of my whole collection of duochrome slash unusual coloured highlighters. So the ones that are kind of like the pinky ones and blues and just different shades that kind of like reflect different colours in the light. I've got a cat hair stuck to my face every damn time. Because recently I was putting together my collection of highlighters that are kind of, you know, the more like unusual shades. And I realised that I have quite a lot, and I've got quite a few new ones as well that I know that you guys want me to swatch, so I thought I would just put them all into one video. And I've got high-end ones and I've got drugstore ones as well. I'm also going to be swatching them all on my face. I filmed some little like clips of me applying each of the highlighters, but in those clips I have like no makeup on apart from like a bit of concealer under my eyes and on a couple of blemishes, so be warned. In the clips where I'm swatching the highlights, I'm going to look very different to this. My top is from Primark, and my choker is from eBay. So the first kind of unusual coloured highlighter in my collection is obviously the Anastasia Moonchild Glow Kit, and I got this from Anastasia's official UK website. It's got 6 different shades, and this is obviously super popular, and I feel like this is kind of what started the whole kind of duochrome highlighter trend, because everybody wanted to get this palette. And I know that it's not for everyone, but me personally, I quite like having unusual coloured highlighters, and especially the kind of bluey sort of pinky ones. I personally really like that look, and I mean, I know it's definitely not for everyone. A lot of people ask me like, why would you want a blue highlighter on your face? But I quite like the way that some of these look. Not all of them suit me, but some of them are really, really pretty. So the first one in this palette is called Blue Ice, which is a kind of blue iridescent sort of colour. I've then got Pink Heart, which is the one underneath it, and as you can see in the palette there's some pretty like crazy ones. This one here, which is called Lucky Clover, is a green, this one is a silver, and then this one is a blue, and that one's a kind of bluey purple. So as you can see, yeah, you can really see there, they all reflect really, really nicely. So yeah, they're really, really pretty. So the colour Star, which is the silver one, is definitely the most pigmented and metallic out of this palette. As you can see, it's super blinding, but it does appear a little bit grey on my skin. And then Blue Moon, which is the middle shade, is very similar to Star, but it's just got a bit more blue, but it's that same kind of super metallic texture. And then the top one is called Purple Horseshoe, which reflects kind of blue and purple. It's super pretty. So that is the Anastasia Moonchild palette. So I then have 2 other high-end duochrome highlighters. The first one is Makeup Geek Celestial, and I got this on Beauty Bay. So in the pan, this one looks kind of whitey, but when you swatch it, it's got a really pretty kind of lilac tint to it. And then another one that's really similar to that is MAC's Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Soft Frost. So this one kind of reflects a bluey sort of pinky colour. They're both kind of like on the lilac scale, I would say, so I'm just going to swatch both of these for you now. In terms of which one I prefer, the texture of the Makeup Geek one is a lot like softer and creamier, whereas the texture of the MAC one is kind of like, I don't really know how to describe it, it's just not very soft. But I do feel like the MAC one is a kind of more lightweight texture, but when it like on the skin it's a bit more like shiny. Okay, so the top one is the MAC one and the bottom one is a Makeup Geek Celestial. So as you can see, they both have a kind of like lilac-y shift to them, which is really, really pretty. I love these two. So firstly, for Drugstore, NYX have just come out in the UK with their duochromatic highlighters. I have 2 of them here in the shades Twilight Tint, which is kind of like a reflective blue one. So this one again looks kind of white in the pan, but it reflects blue. I don't know if you can tell yet. And then the second one that I have is called Snow Rose, and this one again is kind of like white with a reflect of pink. This one is definitely more pigmented than the blue one, just gonna throw that out there, but let me just swatch both of these for you now on my hand. So that is those 2 there. Hopefully you can see that they both reflect really nicely. So next I have the 3 new ones by MUA, which a lot of you guys asked me to swatch in a video. and these are in Peach Diamond, which as the name suggests is a kind of like peachy pinky one. The next one is called Pearlescent Sheen, and this one is more of a bluey shift. And then the final one is literally a straight up blue. This one is Ice Sparkle. So this is the kind of peachy one. This one is the bluey one. And then this one is the straight up blue. I feel like these two aren't as like pigmented as MUA's other highlighters. They're more of like a sheer texture, if that makes any sense. Like, look, this is them swatched on my fingers. Personally, the straight up blue one I think looks really bad on me. I'm not really a fan of it. I'm not really sure like what skin tone it would go with. If you're into wearing bright blue highlight on your face, then cool, like go for it, absolutely. But on me, I feel like it just looked really kind of weird. And like when I turned my face to the front, it looked kind of like muddy. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it, but it's just too dark. And yeah, I don't think I'll really be wearing the kind of bright blue one. But here are swatches of the kind of pink and blue ones. And then that kind of like straight up blue one is definitely like a lot more metallic. Hopefully you can see that. So next, this one is by Makeup Revolution. This one is actually in the palette. This is called the Strobe Lighting Palette. I mentioned this in one of my recent haul videos, but I do believe they sell this colour separately. And this one in this palette is, oh god, that cat hair. Okay, can somebody explain to me why that just happened? Did you see that right? The background just suddenly stopped going blurry. It literally just went like, and then I try and focus it, and like my face is in focus, but the background is also not blurry. I don't understand why it does this. So I'm hoping that's okay now, but as I was saying, I do believe they sell this colour separately, which is called Flash, and this one is pretty much an exact dupe for the Moonchild shade in Lucky Clover. It's kind of got like a duochrome green tinge to it. It's really like unusual. It's really different from my other highlighters. So hopefully you guys can see that. It kind of reflects a sort of like greeny colour, but it's so like, I don't know. I don't have anything like this apart from the Lucky Clover shade. So as you can see, this one is super metallic and it has that really pretty kind of like green reflection to it. So like I said, you can either get that in this palette or they do sell it separately, and it's a colour called Flash, I think. I think I'm right on that. The final one I have to talk about is by Makeup Obsession. It's in my like big palette. The reason that I've left this one to last is because it's a cream highlighter. So this one is called the Strobe Balm in 103 Precious. So hopefully you can see that one there. It's kind of again got the kind of blue shift to it. I found the best way to apply this is to either like pat it on with your finger or to use a like beauty blender to kind of like put a bit on and then like blend it out. So that is that one there. If you guys are into your cream highlights and you want that kind of blue sort of shift highlighter, then this one could be for you. So I think that is all of my shades for my kind of out there duochrome highlighters. Literally the number of times in this video I have said duochrome and highlighter is probably off the scale. I'm really sorry. And I will also link all of these highlighters down below if any of you guys are interested. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you give this a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments your recommendations for kind of these, you know, pretty highlighter shades, because I would love to get some more into my collection. Not that I need any, but also I just want to say I'm really sorry that I didn't have a video up yesterday. If you follow me on Snapchat and Twitter, then you will see why I didn't have a video up yesterday. So if you're confused as to why I'm uploading on a Tuesday, it's because I didn't upload yesterday, so yeah. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!